Hey, welcome back to Good Deeds, Real Estate with a Mission. I'm Bill Weidecker from the Fine Homes Group at Keller Williams Realty Metropolitan. I should, Justin, I'm going to give my number out should anybody ever have any questions offline, if that's okay. It's 603-661-7818. Again, 603-661-7818. And happy to answer any other questions about the market if you're a buyer looking to buy or a seller looking to sell. I want to talk about the market for the first 2 months of the year, and we've sort of danced on some of the things. Sales are up about 5% this year over last year, and in part that's because inventory's up. But here's what I'm going to tell you. Single-family homes, there's almost 27% more listings that have come on this year through the first 2 months. Now, that sounds like a lot, right? You think, oh, my God, there's just so much more to choose from. Well, last year at this time, there were 1,266 new listings. This year, 1,605. So, you're 300 and change, 350-ish more single-family homes on the market.
It's up, but not a lot, yeah.
It sounds like a lot as a percentage, but, again, sales are up over last year. And that's in part because listings are up. Mm-hmm. And to give you an idea of what the market's like, the market is absorbing this additional inventory very, very well. And the reason I say that is pending sales, that's a predictor of future closings, are up by 14%. And then days on market are down. So it's taking less time to sell more listings on average than last year. So there's still plenty of demand out there.
Yeah, how's it get turned around in a hurry, huh?
Yeah, the biggest thing that I believe, and I've said this before on this program, is that affordability is challenged, meaning prices are up, interest rates are up. The affordability index is going down as a result of that, meaning it's harder and harder to afford a house. Mm-hmm. And so as a result of that, I think we are going to see a stall sometime this year in terms of appreciation. When we say median sales price is up, 10% year to date, first 2 months versus first 2 months of last year, that double-digit appreciation can't continue, and affordability, unless interest rates drop drastically, the affordability index is going to drop as well. And somewhere along the line, people say, I can't buy.
Right.
I can't afford to buy.
Eventually, it's going to come back around. It's just a matter of if you're waiting to buy, when is that eventually going to happen, right?
Well, and when I say stall, that doesn't mean retreat.
It doesn't mean come down. It just means maybe plateau for a bit. Yeah.
Or slow.
Yeah.
You could prices can still appreciate 2, 3, 4 percentage points, and that's slowing significantly compared to essentially 10%.
Can't turn a battleship around on a dime, Bill.
Well, and the condo market, you'd think, well, then that's got to be up, essentially 10% as well. The condo market, in terms of median sales price through the first 2 months of this year, is up almost 18%.
Wow. Yeah, that sounds to me like people were like, forget this house stuff. Let's go find a condo.
Yeah, they're less money.
Everybody had the same idea at the same time, and now the prices have gone up, right?
Almost $60,000. Now, keep in mind, that's the first 2 months of the year versus the first 2 months of last year, because the numbers are, in the beginning of the year, they can get skewed a little. They even themselves out.
Right.
I believe that this market is going to continue. It's very opportunistic for property owners who are looking to move this year. I recently did a presentation for a group of individuals that are thinking of entering into a continuing care retirement community.
Yeah.
And, I said to them, it doesn't matter whether that's going to be this year or next year or the year after that you're thinking of doing this. The time to engage with a real estate professional is well in advance of when you think, well, all right, I'm ready to move this month. Let me call somebody.
Right.
You're better. The more runway you have, the more informed decisions you can make.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because especially when it comes to stuff like that, you never know when things can take a turn one way or another.
Well, and oftentimes when people are ready to move, they're not prepared.
Right.
There's a difference between readiness and preparedness.
Yeah, I got kids. I know.
And so I say, look, meet with a professional, meet with me now or meet with us now, and let's get you prepared so that when you're ready, if it's a year or 2 or 3, you can just pick up the phone and go, now I'm ready. 30 days and counting. Let's start the countdown clock.
Exactly.
All the pictures are done. We did them a year ago. All the documentation is done. We did it a year ago. All the marketing material is ready to go. There's no time lost on any of that. And that's really where I would drive the decision making for anybody thinking of moving in the next 12 to 24 months.
Yeah. That's I'm going to use that on my kids. That prepared versus ready stuff. Yeah, my son's always prepared to buy, or he's always ready to buy a new bowling ball. But is he prepared? No.
Yeah. You look ready, but you're not prepared.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm working that into the rotation of things I say to them. Thank you for that.
You may be ready to with the kids. You may be ready to take the exam.
Right.
But you may not be prepared.
Are you prepared? Yeah.
Well, interestingly enough, I do believe I'm an optimist, and I just believe that all markets eventually favor balance, and that balance never lasts long.
Right.
Is that when you get to a point where property prices sort of stall out and more listings come on the market? Keep in mind, in 2019, right now we got about 1,000 properties on the market.
Yeah.
In 2019, just the year before the pandemic, around this time of the year, there were 4 times as many properties, about just under 5,000 single-family homes.
Yeah.
13 years ago, there were 14,500 houses on the market.
Yeah. We bought our house in 2013, right? So that was 11 years ago?
Yeah.
I think we saw like 6 houses in one day, and that was just like one day. That was in one city in one day.
Yeah.
And those were like narrowed down to like, here's our price range, here's this, that, blah, blah. We can be very picky about it. I can't, now not so much, but yeah, it's hard to remember. It wasn't all that long ago.
Well, and for somebody coming from a different part of the world to the Northeast, and you think, well, listen, there's going to be 6 houses total.
Yeah.
And in your price range, there's 1.
Right. Yeah.
So you expand your search to multiple towns, multiple cities, and then you say, when you see something,
right,
you've got some time to think about it, maybe 15 minutes.
Yeah. Don't think too long.
Yeah. And also don't get your heart set
right
just yet, because we got to submit an offer and then you have to prevail.
Yeah.
There's lots of one of the things that I think we do just about better than anybody at the Fine Homes Group is we know how to write compelling offers for our buyer clients, and we hear very often that we may not have been the highest offer, but we were the best offer.
Right.
So price isn't the only factor, and when we sit down with a buyer to go through a buyer consultation, it's one of the things we talk about is look. When you're ready, we want you to be prepared. So we're going to spend time showing you how to be compelling when we do find the property in a week, a month,
right,
2 months, whatever it is.
Well, that's what you've been hammering home. Like, get those ducks in a row, because when it's finally time to go swimming, right, you want to be able to get in the water.
Yeah.
If I can beat up 3 different metaphors.
Yeah, I'm just trying to follow the first one.
Yeah, that's fair. But having all your stuff ready, like you say, because when the moment comes, it ain't going to last long. So, talking to someone like you, 6 months ahead of time, even if that's not when you're going to buy, at least now you got your team behind you, you got you're ready to put the pieces in place to make an offer, all that stuff. You got to be ready to go.
Well, what happens is people can, because of technology today, people can look at houses available and they can do it online.
Right.
They can do it in their bathroom. And then when they're ready to go out and physically start looking at houses and buy something this weekend, they're ready but not prepared.
Right.
So I know we've been sort of hammering those 2 words today, but that is it. It's very much a process, and when you spend time on the process, the result is always better, Justin. We've had a good morning this morning here, and I've enjoyed every minute of it today. We'll be back next week. You're listening to Good Deeds, Real Estate with a Mission. I'm Bill Weidecker from the Fine Homes Group at Keller Williams Metropolitan. We'll see you next week.